What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd, and I am back with some more Age Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is NyanRacingCat. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Hagrit. The map is Highland, and this is a best of 5 for the postseason of the Challengers League, also known as the Relegations promotions portion of the thing. This is the games which allow players to go through to face their champion, and it's almost like the boss battle. You fight your mate to see who gets to go on. It's like Ash Ketchum and Gary Oak just before you go up to fight Brock, and you meet off onto the side. And if you can't beat Gary, you can't get there. You know what I mean? Does anybody know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. I assume everyone's played a little bit of Pokemon Red back in the day. It's a classic. But Highland is the map. We do have Zeus for Hagrit and Kronos for NyanRacingCat. Yet again, another game, another water game with Kronos and Zeus. Part of the way that we did the maps in this portion of the tournament was we made sure there was at least one water map, and obviously Highland has rolled here. Not a map that was seen very often. We did see Chrono JJ pick it a couple of times, but I think he picked it against NyanRacingCat, who's picked Kronos again for the second time in the tournament. So he does have the Kronos prepared on this one, and he's definitely a strong god. We see the deconstruction already cast there onto Hagrid's dock, and that's going to allow NyanRacingCat to get this water already going. May have even been a better idea for Hagrid to think about maybe putting the dock over here or over here and just securing those fish, sending a villager over to this location and grabbing those 6 fish there. May have been an option if we check out Hagrid's perspective, though. He's got no idea where anything is, but he does manage to steal one of these middle salmons, which will help out just a little bit, and have to throw down a storehouse nice and far forward. This villager here, very low HP. Not sure if it ran through a bear. He must have, or she must have. And yeah, we'll see what happens here if Hagrid just tries to all in on this side to defend it or what. Obviously, NyanRacingCat has seen this dock, and one thing that Kronos can do on this map, which can't do on many other maps, is he can dock on this side and then time shift over here. You have to make sure the dock is on the same angle that you're time shifting to, otherwise it doesn't work. Don't ask me why. Dems to breaks, got to do it that way. So we'll see if NyanRacingCat goes for that or not. He's already got his Oracle over there, but would be an interesting idea. And most Atlantean players don't go for those early second docks, though I'm never 100% sure that it would be bad. It just means you're shorting yourself 2.5 fishing ships early if you do go for it, and you can probably get them out a little bit later or something like that. But obviously not going to do that. NyanRacingCat maybe going for the 4-minute build. No temple just yet, so it's a 4:30. There's the temple coming down that final village. We do see about 10 seconds of idle time from NyanRacingCat, so it's going to be a 4:40 instead of the 4:30. This is exactly what happens on these Highland maps, because the villager has to walk so far to this middle water and just cannot manage to get the dock up in time. It's a little bit tragic, but such is life. Relics on the map, we do have the Grugnir Odin's Spear, 5% extra hoplite spear, Ulfsakmer Milo hack damage, so 5% extra infantry, or basically spear-based unit hack damage, or main infantry unit hack damage. And we do also have the Fetters of Fenrir, not really an important relic, unless you're going up against the set, or have a map with a lot of aggressive hunt like bears and aurochs and such like that. Elephant can be pretty useful in those ones, but we do see Hagrid managing to fish up the majority of this here. We do see him going through, or NyanRacingCat going through Prometheus here. Nothing surprising there. Nothing going up on this side of the field. And we do have Hermes coming through for Hagrid as well. Nice and fast. He's going to be hitting possibly 440 as well. What's the difference? 50% to 60%. So about 6 seconds behind on that Hermes. And we do see that temple getting time shifted forward, But where to? Over onto this top side of the map. A little bit of an interesting spot here. Just going to be defending and making sure that Hagrit doesn't get access to this top water, forcing Hagrit to fight for the bottom water here where he's shorted fish. We see 5 fish for NyanRacingCat, 5 fish for Hagrit, but it's only 4 fish actually, because these fish are already, or this one idle fishing ship here, but Hagrit can use that to survive here. We do see the dock coming up over here, and NyanRacingCat does implement the time shift here. Going to get a Bareem out, possibly trying to prevent this dock from going up. Promethean coming in here will be able to kill off that unit there. Do we see early heroes? We see Jason just about to come out, Bareem coming out, Trireme pops out as well. Both players have one Bareem or Trireme after that bolt with the dock fire helping as well. It's going to be able to clear this Bareem up quite nicely. Nice micro from Hagrit just to move outside of that dock range. The dock here does get prevented. The Promethean pumping out here. Centaur going to come over on that side now. Deconstruction coming down on this dock yet again, but another one already coming up for Hagrit. Probably not the best usage of the deconstruct in that moment. We're going to see more of those triremes coming out for this time being here. We still see another villager on food here just to make sure he can keep pumping out villagers. I like that adaptation with the crappy map that's kind of being delivered, but now he's going to get access to these 6 fishing ships with very little stuff that Hagrid can do. He's now got his Odysseus and his Jason out. Fighting over here, he does get pulled back a little bit. Have to sit under your docks, play nice and defensive. Unfortunately, that means that this fish is going to be a no-go zone for a little while, at least until a couple more of those trireme come out. 4 or 5 against 4, probably going to favor the 5. And we do see these Prometheans sneaking right past, but the Odysseus turns around. For some reason, going after the big Promethean when killing off the small ones would be more efficient because they were slowed down there by the big Promethean there. And now we're going to see those units moving in. There is a military barracks coming up. Jason Odysseus can come in and hit this Atlantean economy very, very strong here. So we'll see if that matters. We do see Trireme popping into this dock, and NyanRacingCat going to be going for this one. He should just jump these Trireme out here if he wants to hold on to this, but it's looking like he's just going to garrison the fishing ships, sack those Trireme for the time being, and see how he goes. But it's not looking great for Hagrid's chances on the water. Maybe a better idea to either go for like a land pressure here or go for a second town center. Either or would be a good idea. But he's already gone the stable and the military academy, and he's not started producing just yet, so he's not going to get all too much value. There's a nice back gold mine for NyanRacingCat, so it's probably not going to be the best. We do see a Valor coming through. Jason and Odysseus will probably win this fight. This Mamilo hero, very, very strong, but not compared to the Jason here, tanking a lot of damage while that Odysseus is dealing the damage in the back, and we are going to be seeing Hagrid having to get pushed back there, trading one Mamilo hero for almost a Jason. Obviously, very, very a value there. And the Bareems in the back getting picked off, getting pushed back as well as these Trireme moving forward. Should try and hit these fishing ships if you can. We do see that Temple's being moved forward yet again, and the Jason and the Odysseus getting chased down because they're quite slow compared to the Momilo. 4.5 versus 4.3 speed. But they will get out of here. We do see a couple of units getting popped out. No second town center for Hagrid just yet. And this is huge. This is only 3 fishing ships compared to 9 or it should be 9. I mean, 1 more fishing ship to be built for NyanRacingCat, but 8 fishing ships. 3 to 8. It's a big advantage there for NyanRacingCat. On top of that, the Kronos economy, very, very strong. We're seeing those manners popping up now. The units retreating back. And NyanRacingCat in a decent position right now. Picks off another low HP Trireme. Nice play there. We got 10 Bareem to 6 or 7 Trireme here. So sitting under the docks, the Trireme will win. If it was an equal dock situation there, the Bareem would win. Or if they were out in the open, the Bareem would win. But Hagrid can defend with a little bit less population. We do see the temple getting brought home or somewhere else. Not sure where, next to the town center. And the Odysseus coming in to finish off these Promethean and the offspring as well. 1 Promethean offspring left. Doesn't even attempt to run them away. Could have kept those guys alive, but decides not worth it, and going to find somewhere else to go with these units. If we check the population out, it's 87 to 63, so a huge advantage for NyanRacingCat in the population department. However, a lot of this is in ships here. We've got 10 ships to 7 ships, so I guess you take off 3 or 6 populations. So still quite a bit of an advantage for NyanRacingCat on the land as well. And Hagrit getting antsy here, moving forward, sitting underneath the dock fire, but there's nothing in this dock, so that's a nice choice there by Hagrit, able to start sniping these boats down when NyanRacingCat does not have his Bareem selected or his fishing ships in that dock there, but he does have more Bareem, so he can just push back nice and easily. The unit's still moving over here. There is a Cara Ballista here, which does make this army here very, very scary, because that Cara Ballista can pick off the hoplite so very, very fast if he's targeting them. Unfortunately, hasn't managed to do so just yet. Now we see the Bareem getting put into that dock. That's going to force Hagrid back, and then those fishing ships get pushed back yet again. And still no second dock second town center for NyanRacingCat or for Hagrid just yet. But Hagrid's trapped in the corner over here, and he needs to get out somehow. Staying in this location is going to be a very rough situation for him. He's still building those units. He's very low on the resources here, on the production. You see he's spending his resources nicely, but he just doesn't have that much population to play with. There's more units just chilling. He's got 6 units here. He can come around and go for a flank. You see a couple of Mermillo not getting controlled very well. We'll get picked off by those trireme very, very fast. Plus the rest of his army do manage to take that one down. This dock now for NyanRacingCat getting very, very low. We do see the dock coming over onto the middle lake there to get another 3 fishing ships locations for NyanRacingCat. The units going after this dock getting very, very low. Nice micro by Hagrid to pull his units back here. And now the units on this location are getting targeted down by the Promethean. A lot of stray units in the middle of the map for Hagrid with that rally point. We're going to see Hagrid making his move. We've got a settlement going up now for NyanRacingCat. Going to be able to get a little bit further in front on the economy, especially with getting the extra favor as well by getting that town center. The units going after these Promethean, able to fight that one off by themselves without the help of the hero. We do see some more military buildings coming up in the middle of the map for NyanRacingCat. Does he have his armory up? It's going up, and he will be thinking about getting to that Mythic Age very soon. 600 or nearly 700 food with the nearly 500 gold as well, so probably enough to advance if he just cancels all military production. You see the Catapelti and the Mermillo, they cancel those, and you could be advancing right now, but he is deciding to let them be. The Catapelti is going to come out to pick off those Hippocon and Mermillo there to tank the damage. These units running around looking for something to pick off. Has found a mana, so we'll pick that one off nice and quickly here. Still not advancing. A little bit surprised to see that. The town center in the back just about to finish here, and we see another mana coming up for Nyan as that finishes. Still no advance, and NyanRacingCat still a little bit behind on the food there. A little bit surprised to see that. Does have per scene. Middle town center now coming up for Nyan as Hagrid's moving on to his second town center. So very far behind on the town center race. Not only that, this middle water is going to be absolutely key, because a fast Mythic here with siege ships will deny the town centers for either player. So we'll see if Hagrid notices that. It might have even been a decent idea. We do see this top ball of units dealing with those red units, those NyanRacingCat units here, but what's more important is going to be this fight here as Nyan manages to secure this location with all of his units. He's going through no upgrades just yet, still not advancing to the next stage. So very surprised about that one. And NyanRacingCat out of food completely here, as he's pumping those military units like a crazy man. These citizen trying to get chased down. Hagrid needs to just get in front of it. It moves so slow, 3.25 compared to 5.5 and 4.7. So you can get around and surround this very easily, but we're not seeing Hagrid going for that. Meanwhile, he's getting chased by all of these units of NyanRacingCat here. Now he's got his temple under siege. Town center is up now for Hagrid, so he's going to be able to spam those villages out. He's almost out of food here as well. He's got 1 cow left in his base, and this hunt is about to expire. He's got some deer up here, but it's a long ways up there. These units for Hagrid have to retreat now. The town center has finished for Nyan. Has a lot of production now able to be done here on those 3 town centers. It's got a lot of food income, a lot of everything coming up his way. And we do see watchtowers having to get grabbed for Hagrit. Hagrit getting very close to being able to advance here. So he may be able to rush Mythic Age here off of 2 town centers, play very defensive and see if he can rush to Mermillo while staying alive. Could be the option, but a very, very difficult situation for him. And NyanRacingCat's actually goading this a little bit by grabbing this 4th town center. This will keep Nyan in the classical age for a long time, and the big but is he's going to have a lot of resources to play with and be able to jump to the Mythic Age very fast himself. But we do see Hagrid just deciding to fight this, which is a little bit confusing considering this sort of works into Hagrid's plan, but not going for, or into the fast Mythic plan, but not doing it. And there's the town center going up. Ceasefire gets cast. And how much resource in Hagrid's bag? He's got 699 food, just run out of food. Enough cow there to get to the heroic age, but not enough food to get to the mythic age without farming. It's going to be a really big issue. Only 5 villagers on this town center. I'm pretty sure you need 7 to get the town center up in the ceasefire. It's awfully close to being the middle here. What is that? 16, 19. Needs 14. Yeah, he should get it up with 5 villagers. Okay. I think it's only 5 then. There you go. The more you know. Farms coming up now for Hagrit as he's moved villagers over here. We do see Dionysus is the god of choice, but is that going to work for him? Dionysus is great if you're against if you're going like pure cavalry against people, but without the pure cavalry, the upgrades start being a little bit underwhelming. The Scala doesn't do all too much. You see these units retreating here, going to jump into the town center. Going to lose his Hippocon though. Archery range almost gets finished. Odysseus popping out here. And NyanRacingCat has got such a huge advantage here. And he's advancing through Rhea as well. So that's going to be Behemoth charging through Hagrit. They are very weak units. They get picked off very easily. But if you don't have any heroes or any backup for them, sorry, if they have backup, generally speaking, they can get a lot of damage done. Now the Behemoth can move in, start taking this location down. We're seeing more Behemoths getting produced here. 270 food. You can see how low the hack armor is for a Myth unit at only 30%. But without, like I said, without those big heroes, it can sit here and take a lot of hits. However, there's the Jason absolutely slapping the Behemoth down here. Does manage to finish that one off. Hagrid's in the heroic age himself as well, but lots of idle villagers, and Hagrid does decide in that moment to tap out. GG, well played by NyanRacingCat, taking the first game here with the Kronos. Some really nice usage of the shifting or the time shift with those docks early, winning or holding onto the water at the very least. Maybe the Scala would have helped to finish this water off and give it to Hagrid, but in the end of the day, not able to secure this. Hagrid a little bit too slow in his transition. Probably should have just grabbed the second town center instead of the stable and military academy, and then just tried to rush Mythic Age instead of that second town center, because possibly you can get away with it where you could sneak in a dock here or something like that, or Colossus push or Myrmidon with a ton of upgrades. If you get those early Forge of Olympus upgrades, then you can kind of overpower the Atlantean a little bit. But Hagrid not going for that one, and does unfortunately lose the first game. Fortunately for NyanRacingCat though, if you enjoyed this game, please hit that follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.